The Martin Lindstrom Video Report. New and innovative ways of building brands.
If you ask the people behind me what is the secret behind Apple's success, most of them will say it's because of the product. But there's something else going on here which is not to do with the product. It is perhaps a religion we're talking about. So I decided to ask the guys, what is it? And take a look at this. Tell me where you're from.
I'm from Berkeley, California.
So we're in Sydney right now. It's about 10,000 miles from that place, right? How come you're sitting here?
I'm here to support Apple, to meet some friends, and to look at a gorgeous store.
This is not the only store you've been attending, right? You've been attending a lot of openings around the world, is that right?
Correct. I've been to Tokyo, I've been to London, I went to the Boston opening.
Why?
Well, I started doing it because my son had a competitive streak and wanted to be the first in line. But over a period of time, I've developed a curiosity and a fascination with the way Apple designs and builds their stores and the way they conduct the grand openings. I don't know if we have any rules or we have any written word, so to speak, but these things arise out of independent people thinking kind of in the same fashion and searching for the same kinds of things and then coming together occasionally at these grand openings.
AppTalk.com.au, what is that?
It's Australia's largest Apple community, I guess. Like a fan club, I guess, for Apple. And we offer support for people who want to have support with their Apple products. We've got 15,000 members, over 2 million page views per month. Yeah, it's my full-time job.
Full-time job, so you earn money on this?
Yes, I do, yeah.
It's like going to a live concert and getting right up to the front. Like if you go to a big show, you want to be up the front and see a good show. And it's nice to have the whole atmosphere and getting to meet a lot of great people. It's been good.
Is this a religion?
It might as well be, but no, thank God it's not.
Are you religious?
No, I'm not.
So this is your religion?
If I had to choose a religion, it's as close as I could get. And to get the time off work, I think I may have used that excuse.
It's not a religion. It's people who really, truly appreciate a technology that works for them. It's not about what you get. It's about what you've received. And there's a whole difference there. Get is taking, receiving is an exchange. And there's a value that we share as a customer with a company that cares about each one of its customers. I can honestly say this, I've dealt with them since 1984, that there's no company like it.
So what can we learn from this Apple story? I think there's 3 points. I find it fascinating that when you ask them why you're standing in a line for 24 hours, that most of the guys are saying, because I want to be first. I want the audience to applaud at me when I go in. I want the staff to applaud. The reality is this is not necessarily just about a brand, it's about attention. That these guys are in the limelight together with a brand which are making them the heroes of the day. And this is definitely one factor of the Apple brand success. But the second point is really interesting too. You will actually see that this is a community. Some of the guys have websites attracting more than 15,000 members, and they're all connected with one thing in common. They all love the Apple brand. And by the way, they all have an enemy, which is called Microsoft. And what's so fascinating about this is that many of them admit actually that Apple sometimes is not perfect either. But they really don't care about that, because quite often they say this is not about the product, it's about the brand and the community, and that's the reason why they stick together. Now, point number 3 is interesting, because what these guys are doing is not supported by Apple. Yes, the staff is actually giving them food, they're giving them drinks throughout the 24 hours where they're waiting in line. But what do they get when they're entering the store? Well, a t-shirt. And that's what's so interesting, because they really don't care about what they're getting. They care about, again, that they are first in line. The guys we met, which have been traveling around the world to attend the openings around the world, is actually keen to do this because they want to be the number 1 visiting the store. That is their goal. And the reality is their reward has nothing to do with the product. It's everything to do with basically having a love affair with a brand. And that brand is Apple. So you may say that it's very surprising that the Apple brand, which really still have its problem, think about the iPhone, which really have been struggling. It's not been selling as many copies as they expected to do. And of course you have a whole history of brands which have been, or not brands, but products which have been failing. But the reality is it really doesn't matter, because they have another love relationship with its customers. And that is really what I guess a lot of other brand owners around the world can learn from. I hope you enjoyed my video report here from Sydney. I'll jump on another plane, but see you next week when I'm going to explore new and innovative ways of building brands.
The Martin Lindstrom Video Report. New and innovative ways of building brands.